There are very few people in the financial world who are as influential as Warren Buffett. However, if I could choose another person whose teachings and talks have had more impact on me than Mr. Buffett's, it's been Charlie Munger. And Charlie Munger's Almanack is one of my favorite personal finance life books. And here are 7 lessons that I have learned from Charlie Munger. When I understood these, I felt a lot more powerful, a lot richer, a lot happier in life. The first one is the power of learning. And Munger has repeatedly said that the more you learn, the more you earn. In the age of social media influencers, sometimes you can find that people are telling you that education's not important. But actually, when you look at people who are making money and who are earning the most amount of dollars in the world, they are all educated to a very, very high standard. In fact, data shows that the more educated you are, the more the number of degrees that you have, the higher your salary is going to be. How much ever social media tries to tell you that education is not necessary, education is indeed the key unlock that actually builds wealth, not only wealth in your generation, but also generational wealth. The second one is about your circle of competence. Munger has a philosophy of not investing in things that he doesn't understand. And if I'm honest, earlier in my financial investment journey, I was really interested in playing with a bit of cryptocurrency. As long as I was playing, it was okay. But when it came to investing, I really was curious to understand the crypto market more, to be able to invest more in that market. But I very quickly realized that I do not understand the cryptocurrency market at all. I do not understand the underlying white papers of each of the cryptocurrency coins. And if I don't understand something, it's a really bad idea to go ahead and invest in it, because I wouldn't know when the currency will fluctuate up or down. Similarly, I regularly get targeted by people wanting to sell wine investments, cask investments, alcohol investments of all sorts. If I don't understand under what circumstances the product or the investment will perform well versus not, then I don't know when to pull out versus not. The third one is patience. Now, this was probably the hardest one for me to learn, and I won't pretend to be the most patient person in the world either. However, what I have realized over time is that patience really pays off in the market. So if you are playing the long game, you are less worried about intraday fluctuations. And in fact, it's not only about the market. Patience pays off in life in general. Patience is required to build a skill. I mean, when I just look at my own YouTube journey or my business journey, I don't know about other people, but I'm constantly amazed at how much I have, at least in my head, grown in the last few years. So researching before you dive into something and then holding that investment patiently for a long time is one of the critical pieces that has made me more money than my random fun crypto trading. The next one is avoiding stupidity. Now, this is a really interesting one. This really means that you don't want to make the same mistakes that other people have already made when you can see them and learn from them. This is one of the key reasons I love reading books, because books give you a glimpse into other people's lives. This is also one of the reasons I love listening to podcasts. This is also one of the reasons I like watching videos on YouTube like this, because my grandmother used to tell me there are some people who learn by trial and error, and then there are some people who watch others and learn. While this has been really hard for me to integrate because I am generally not a very patient person, I have also realized that when I'm patient and I have a look at what other people are doing, reflect on that and see what's worked for them and what's not worked for them, analyze them to the nth degree, I can bring in some of the learnings that they have had from their life into mine. Which is also why I end up taking a lot of courses and programs, because if there are other people who have treaded the path that I want to tread in the future, me learning from their mistakes will help me make lesser of those mistakes in my career, and that could be extremely beneficial for me. And this is why I encourage people to dive into my trainings, my blog. I have a lot of free material within my website. I will link some of the free resources below. Go have a check out, because I think you might enjoy it. And slightly related to that, you also want to be aware of your own cognitive biases. For example, if you already know that you will make stupid food decisions when you are hungry and go to the supermarket, try not going to the supermarket when you are hungry. Try having a snack before you go to the supermarket. However, that's a real simple example of a cognitive bias. A cognitive bias can be multifold. For example, if you are someone who has always been interested in AI and technology, even when technology stocks are going down for the right reasons, piece of regulation coming in, your cognitive bias might say, we'll figure it out and I'll keep my position long in that. However, if you are aware of your bias, it helps you rationalize your decisions a lot more, a lot faster, a lot better, and therefore helps you avoid making mistakes. The next one is around aligning incentives, and I find this one really interesting because this in my books is the principle of abundance, that I want to do business with you, but what is in it for you? If you don't gain from this transaction, then actually even I don't gain. This is a core part of the win-win mindset, whereby you know that both of you are better off in a business transaction because both of you win together. This is not exploitative, this is complementary, this is collaborative. This actually considers the other party as a true partner. And this works not only when you are cutting a business deal, but also when you are showing up to an interview, for example. You have to understand what is in it for the hiring manager to be hiring you. What are you going to offer them? The focus on them versus the focus on myself. And I believe that when incentives are aligned, you actually can go a lot further, a lot faster. The next one is compound interest. Someone somewhere said that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. And I completely agree. Compound interest sounds like magic, but is really math. And people who understand compound interest make money. People who don't pay the money. And even as a student of economics, even being in financial services for the longest time in my career, this took a lot of time for me to understand, integrate, and apply. However, the moment I started putting my money into that compound interest machine, I saw my money grow, obviously, because it's math, it's not magic. And the next thing that I took from Mr. Munger is ethics and honesty. Of course, there are 100 unscrupulous ways of making a quick buck. However, if you want to build wealth and sustain it, unscrupulous measures will land you into trouble. It's actually easier to make money in the long run being honest and ethical. Of course, if you want to make a quick buck and fall to dishonest means, you will make that quick buck, but you will lose reputation in the market very, very quickly. And once you lose reputation, it's extremely hard to build back. However, you cannot wreck the reputation of someone who's always been ethical and honest in their transactions. In the long run, those people will always rise to the top because of the integrity, because of the honesty, because people genuinely believe what they are saying because they have shown to be ethical and honest and of integrity over and over and over again, as opposed to someone who made a deal, robbed the other person of the money, and then tried to scam someone else. So those were the 7 things that I have admired in Charlie Munger's Almanack and other sources of information. The gentleman is really a legend in his own right. But of course, I have also learned a lot about money from other people, especially these 5 people that I mentioned in this video over here, which is my 5 top personal finance books. Go check this video out. And if you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing. It does help the channel out so much and motivates me to keep creating content for you. Thank you, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.